Today I'm going to take you on a little trip down memory lane. See, back on December 21st of 2016, Mojang and 4J Studios released the Fallout Mashup Pack for Console Edition Minecraft. With this came a texture pack and a skin pack, but on top of that, as all mashup packs did, it came with its own custom built world. A world that included locations from Fallout 1, 2, 3, and 4, and today we are going to be exploring that pack and experiencing for the first and only time Fallout in Minecraft. Alright, so immediately we spawn here in front of the Red Rocket gas station, the first gas station we encounter in Fallout 4. Got our boy Dog Meat here. What's up, Dog Meat? Coming inside. Got some, looks like combat armor or marine combat armor. Not entirely sure, but get to turn the lights on. It's modeled super well. Oh my god. Got the terminal in the back. It looks like it says Nuka-Cola almost. You see the Nuka up there. There's a little wave. Cola. So that might be how they did that. Running around out back, we have the first little cave thing you can enter if you look under in the game. We got the machine right there, the Nuka-Cola machine. Of course, the radioactivity. And then there's a music disc. There's a couple of these hidden around the map. But yeah, this looks super good. And then over here we find the first, I believe, vertibird that we can find throughout this. There's about 4 of them. And then, of course, this is where the gas pumps would be. And we can come back here. We have the bridge to Sanctuary Hills. All of the buildings are modeled properly. So we have all of the Sanctuary Hills buildings here. I believe it's this one, which would be the player's starting home. We got the couch, the TV. We have the rooms here. I think this one's Sean's room. The bedroom. Everything is modeled just really, really well. Of course, the giant ash tree in the middle. And me personally, I don't know if it's like this for anyone else, but this is where I would set up like my base of operations pretty much. When I did the Sanctuary Hills stuff, I would always like put everything here, and then I would demolish this whole house and put a different house there. I don't really know why. That's just kind of how I would do it, I guess. Um, Back here, we of course Vault 111, where the game begins. Come down into here through the vault door, the outer vault door deal, or maybe that's the inner vault door. Not so sure. But in there, we have some of the cryopods. Come back out here. We have the starting cryopods. One thing interesting is that it shows these as being open. And here's our next music disc. For some reason, I vaguely feel like I remember you actually are in like this one and your husband or wife dies in that one, but maybe I'm just losing my mind. Run back over here. Oh my god, iron doors. Come back over here, we have, that's one of the rooms there. Then we have the big electricity room. Fight some rad roaches here, or absolutely incinerate a rad roach. We do our normal run through here. Here we'll find our first 10 mil, and then the cryo gun is in here. You know, you can just have dog meat go in and grab it, which is still one of the funniest things ever. But oh my god. Oh my god. Get your ass kicked by some doors, I guess. Then we can leave Vault 111 and we can enter the Wasteland. Over here we have the USS Constitution, of course. It looks absolutely incredible. We'll just break in, you know, no one has to know. Got like the cabin, the captain's room. Then we can check out the rest of in here. Everything looks super good. We have some Nuka-Cola crates here. See, like, look at that. You got the Nuka-Cola symbol on there. And that's how they made the terminals, which is super cool. Here we have a satellite array. Um, I mean, really, the satellites look so cool. Genuinely. Like, I absolutely love how they look. Oh, it's raining. I think we'll keep the rain going. I think the rain adds to the atmosphere a little bit. Um, there's a bow, which is a crossbow. We got some arrows there. It all just looks so cool. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is the crater of Adam. I'm pretty sure. Um, admittedly, certain things can be a little bit difficult to tell, but I am pretty sure that this is the crater of Adam. And it just looks absolutely incredible. They really did kill it. Look at that. So, if we keep on going over here, we're going to find the next big thing. Of course, we have Diamond City. Diamond City looks phenomenal. They killed it with this too. I'm going to keep saying that they killed it. They killed everything. Everything looks so good. Here we have some merchants in the bar. Kind of explore around here as you please. It really does. It just looks so good. More ammo and the like. Then on the outskirts over here, some of this is Boston. I believe these buildings here are Boston, with this one being Trinity Tower, which is, we can tell it's Trinity Tower because it's got a little bit demolished. We can find some weapons in here, or well, weapons, more like, you know, pickaxes and such. But Trinity Tower looks super good. Find another music disc at the top of Trinity Tower. Looking awesome. Up here, hiding in the clouds, we have the Pridwin. I'm going to come out for you guys so you guys can see it. Pridwin looks crazy. Like, it actually looks so good. Huge build, by the way. I mean, really, it's huge. This guy right here, I believe, is a pelican or a vertibird. I don't know 100%. But I do know that they did a really good job modeling the Pridwin. We got a clock, a compass, an empty map in the back here. We can come up into here. And there's just even more stuff. Nuka-Cola bottles, obviously, as the potions. Fly on over to the other side here. We can go inside. Of course we can. Every building in this is pretty much, you can go inside every single building. Or a flying aircraft. Out over here, we have the front deck. Looking good. Now, over here, we have the Fallout 3 Capitol building. I mean, this just looks... Come on. This looks crazy. There's not really anything of note in there, so I'm not going to go in right now. But over here, we have, I believe, the one of the memorial buildings. Still not anything of note really in here, but there's not really anything of note in any of the buildings, so but we have the memorial, and then this is the Jefferson Memorial here, missing his head there. And then these would just be Washington D.C. buildings because there weren't that many Boston buildings put in here, but so we got some of the buildings from Washington. We go across our bridge here. We have the Citadel or the Pentagon. It's one of those two. I don't know necessarily if there's a specific name that everyone calls it, but I mean, come on, it's the Pentagon. Let's be honest. They did another crazy job building this, and then we can head down here into, I believe, the metro. Let's take a peek. Yeah. So this is like the underground section of the Citadel, Pentagon, whatever. To no one's surprise, everyone should know what I'm going to say. It looks crazy. It looks so good. They really encapsulated the whole look and feel of the game. Got the shitters. And I actually handled those doors properly. So good for me. So continuing on from the Pentagon deal that we got there. Right here is some battle music playing. This is Tenpenny Tower. Everyone should be very familiar with Tenpenny Tower if you've played the games. Fully modeled interior. What a surprise. Am I right? And I just, like, I'm remembering when they used to do stuff like this for Minecraft. And it's sad that, you know, we don't really get stuff like this. Now they push, like, paid mods and stuff. Granted, these were paid, but you could play on them, you know, without paying any money if you wanted. And that's the saddest part. But just looks crazy. Like, all of it really looks crazy. Continuing on from, you know, that guy, we have one of the several metro entrances around. These are periodically throughout the entire throughout the entire map. They all look pretty much the same. So on the outskirts here, we have what I believe is the Citadel. Not the Citadel, sorry, the Cathedral, which I think is Vault 96. I'm pretty sure. Someone please let me know if I'm right, but I believe this is the Citadel. And the interior of this building looks just as good as the exterior. Come on in here. Looking good. We can come up top if we wanted to. Look down into that room and like what, you know, with the pews. Looks amazing, honestly. I'm just kind of glazing the whole map. I know it's a really old map, but yes, I do believe that this is the Capitol building. I mean, oh my god. The cathedral. Here we have another metro entrance, and this guy right here, I'm pretty sure, is the Mariposa Mariposa military base. Again, really nothing of note in here, but it does look really good. The inside's all overgrown, but the exterior is just beautiful. Over here we can find another one of the vertibirds floating around the map. A couple of these. This one's in the ground a little bit over here. A couple of these guys floating around the map. I think this is the Crater House or Atom House or whatever. I don't know for certain, so if anyone does know, please let me know. I have not played every Fallout game, but I like them just enough to really appreciate a pack like this. The interior of this place is just an absolute maze, genuinely. So, but we can see there is a highlight over here. We got this like pillar room right here. This is really cool. It's like parkour up. I'm sure that this was some form of trap or something of the nature, but there is parkour to do. And then the rest of this is just pretty standard. There's nothing exactly of note in this building. Up next, we have what I believe is Junktown. Junktown is, again, modeled very, very well. And again, I think it's Junktown. I'm not 100,000,000,000% sure. If I am wrong, please just let me know in the comments, and I will happily thank you, I guess. I will thank you. That's pretty much all I can do. But it's pretty standard. I mean, there's nothing crazy there. Over here, this is Vault City. Vault City is personally one of my favorite areas in this like mashup pack type deal. So then we come into here and it's Vault 83, I believe. I believe it's Vault 83 or Vault 8. I can't say for certain. But I mean, this is just another really well modeled vault. I'm telling you, back in the day, they killed with these packs. Like these were, it was worth it. Spend your hard-earned clams on these guys. Got what looks like a little cafeteria in here. Some refrigerators in there. This looks like it would be, you know, a little working area with the terminal. This looks like a reactor of sorts. We can actually fall down into here and get a better look at everything. Pretty cool. Just more reactor rooms and all sorts of world building type deal. So that is Vault City. And we can see another hidden little vertibird overgrown floating around over here with more combat music playing the minute I approach it. Okay. And floating around over here through the mountains, we can find another place that I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very familiar with, and that is, of course, Megaton. You know, most notable for the massive bomb that is undetonated in the center. Um, I really love the way that they modeled this. Created, jeez. Because Megaton as a town in the games just feels so messy, and I feel like they really did it justice here in how they, recreated it. So, did a killer job there. Over here by the water, we can find another what looks like Fallout 3 building. I'm not super versed on Fallout 3. I have a video for that coming out soon, but it looks to me like where the end of the game actually takes place. If we break in here, we can see that it looks to me like this is where the ending takes place. I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge, admittedly, but it just looks super good. So eventually, at these coordinates, we can find that we are in the Institute. The Institute is a super duper cool location in this pack. Um, this would be a technically, teleport pad, but I'm not going to explain fully getting here because it is a puzzle, and I think that if you have the ability, to hop on and try it, you should try it. But the Institute is just built so incredibly. Like, it's all very accurate to the game, but it feels so surreal even for a pack that came out about 8 years ago. I mean, they did a super good job with, creating this and recreating it in the game. That honestly, it is one of my favorite locations on the entire map. And I think that if you haven't yet played the pack and have the ability to, you should go and check it out because it just feels so surreal. So while most of the mobs have been changed, I'm just going to be showing you guys the kind of standard mobs and what they were recreated into. So the Creeper is this pretty cool kind of super mutant-esque creeper. You see he's got some metal on him and a nuke, which means that he would be like these super mutant suicide bombers. Very, very cool. So the skeletons they look a lot like synths to me, which is what I'm going to assume that they are. They look really good. They did a good job modeling that. The spiders, I'm sure that you guys can, figure out kind of what they are, but the spiders are kind of like Mirelurks in a way. They look a lot like crabs, something from Far Harbor, but this did come out before Far Harbor. Um, they look pretty good. I'm a fan of them. Well, not really. Not a big fan of spiders over here, but next up, the zombies. Zombies are ghouls, of course. They look a lot like the radioactive ghouls, so glowing ones kind of comes to mind. Up next, we have our Endermen. And our Endermen look like aliens. So I'm going to go with that they're aliens from Mothership Zeta, or at least from Fallout 4, because there are aliens in Fallout 4. Um, pig. Pigs are mole rats. They look adorable. Our sheep guys here are honestly, I'm pretty sure that they're just normal sheep. They're just a little more radiated. Cows are the same thing. They're these irradiated kind of freak cows. And then chickens. Same deal there. Some irradiated chickens. So next up, if we go in and we look at our armors, we can see that our diamond armor, of course, our XO1 set. Let's take a peek at how we look. We look good. Let's get out of this cramped room. We look pretty good with the XO1 set. Then we can see that our gold armor looks a lot to me like a T60 power armor, so I'm going to assume that that's what it is. And then we have some, looks like marine armor there. This one I'm not too sure, but it could be a, it could be like the endoskeletons, like when you have power armor, but it doesn't really have any armor on it. And then our leather armor just looks more like marine or combat armor. I believe this is marine combat armor, actually. So the leather armor could be like a raider set of armor. Next up, the tools. We'll just use diamond for an example. But we have a pitchfork for the hoe, an axe, obviously, for the axe, a pickaxe for the pickaxe, shovel for the shovel, and then this guy looks to me like it could be a power tool. I can't exactly tell. It looks like the chainsaw weapon, so I'm kind of assuming that that's what it is, but, then our bow is, of course, a crossbow. And then our potions, of course, our beautiful, beautiful potions are going to be some tasty Nuka-Cola. Who doesn't want some Nuka-Cola in the morning right when you wake up? But that is kind of everything that I have to show you guys, because these are cool. Assaultrons for the wither skeletons. That's kind of everything that I have to show you guys. Obviously there's tons and tons of hidden stuff in this world that I didn't even get to, like Vault 101 over by the Red Rocket and the Metro, but if you guys have the ability to, I would strongly encourage that you all go and check the pack out. I mean, it was free, guys. If you have the old consoles, it was free. Or if you don't care too much, you could play how I'm playing with something that starts with an E on my computer. But, yep, that is everything. I do hope that you all enjoyed and have a great day. Okay, hi. I just finished editing the video. This video is a mess, and my lack of knowledge really shows. And I just want to apologize for any kind of lack of knowledge. Not exactly smart to make a video on things you don't fully understand, but I really wanted to, go over something like this, and I'm trying to get more into the Fallout games and things like that, and I'm trying to document that to you guys. So please leave any comments down below for any videos that you might want to see. I have one for Fallout 3 coming out soon, because I have admittedly not really played Fallout 3, so that is up next. But I do just want to thank you guys for the support on the last videos. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.